I got to barking, so lost my train of thought where I was at. But anyway, Dr. Martin, I think you'll agree if you'll go to his site, www.askelm.com, and he selected an excellent individual before he passed away to take over for him, Mr. David Sealiff. David is very knowledgeable and a very kind and good guy. If you go there, you can read some of Dr. Martin's books for free, and then they offer some for sale. But Dr. Martin took the Bible and was able to understand it and prophesy a bunch of things that took place during his lifetime. He got some events right down just within a few days of when it was going to happen. And not too long before he passed away, he lectured to a bunch of scientists out in Texas, telling them why they was starting to find new life forms here on Earth. But anyway, let's listen to Dr. Martin.
You men are supposed to be the heads of your family. And sometimes we deserve it, sometimes...
Men should be the head of the family, but they shouldn't rule like monsters. They ought to... But if a man's got all that pride in him, you know, he's going to be arrogant and stuff. But like I say, the ladies can take and get what they want. I think the women in England was the smartest I've seen. They was able to get what they want. Made the men feel like they're kings and like they're in charge, you know.
Sometimes we don't. But God's placed us there. That's what it says. Now, that doesn't mean to domineer. It means to dominate. But dominate in a way of protection, a way of security. And the wife and others are to come in together as a unit. And it's not slavery. It's working together. That's what it's all about. And it's supposed to be very beautiful. You will never read anything of the feminine counterparts to God in heaven. But I'll tell you what, you read all of it, all over the place in the book of the Bible if you look at it. But the only reason the Father himself comes out with the masculine is because of the authority angle. He's the father, he's in charge. And the mother's never in charge.
Like I say, there's 5 books in the Bible designated just for women to read and study. And in the temples, those 5 books was kept separate for the ladies to receive instructions from.
Never in charge. But you go to the book of Proverbs, it says that wisdom, which is in the feminine, and through the Greek it comes as Sophia. You know, Sophia? Wisdom. It's in the feminine. And it says that when wisdom was even created before the earth was created. And it's in the feminine. And it puts her in a feminine form, feminine characteristics, feminine temperament, and then it says in the Hebrew, it's most interesting, it says, and wisdom as a woman came before Yahweh and frolicked on him. Like a wife would, or a girlfriend, someone she loves. That's wisdom. All of the attributes of God, all of them, love, wisdom, understanding, those are all.
Dr. Martin, in another one of his lectures, points out that God's got 3 wives. Of course, wisdom is one of them. And I joke about some of these folks who think that they die, they're going to go to heaven and get 72 virgins. Well, I got news for everybody. There ain't no 72 virgins in heaven, because Jesus is going to have to come here just to find 10 virgins.
Wisdom, understanding, those are all in the feminine. In the Hebrew and also in the Greek. All in the feminine. Thank God for that. You cannot escape the feminine counterpart. You can't. But in the Bible, what you find is only the masculine that is given forth because of the authority, and that's all. But all of you are destined to become like God. And half of the human race happens to be feminine. I love my mother. I'm glad she was a woman.
While we're destined to become like God someday, the problem is too many people think they're gods now. And they get in these contracts for the soul. They're stealing Jesus Christ's glory, putting a curse on their own minds, and then this causes them to act like they're gods. And there's that's what they get pride out of these contracts for the soul. And one thing that God hates is proud look. Well, to have proud look, you got to have pride in you.
The woman.
There's nothing under the sun that we should be prideful of. We should be grateful and thankful for everything. Our children are a gift from God. Our talents are a gift from God. Like Einstein said, you know, the old man of the universe gave him his talent.
I love my wife. I'm glad she's a woman. I've asked normal women, I call them normal. What is normal? Well, I don't know. But the thing is, I've asked women that are happy with life generally, do you want to be a man, do you want to be a woman? Well, I like being a woman. Well, what would you like to be in the kingdom, or in heaven, or in glory? Well, I see no reason why I shouldn't be a woman. I said, thank God, that's where I want you to be. That is, well, I mean, I'm saying that as a man, I realize that.
They think that this hexafluorosilicic acid is affecting the chemistry in men's brains and causing them to want to be feminine, wanting to be a woman, and it's probably responsible for a lot of the homosexuality. And it's hexafluorosilicic acid in our food and water is also creating antisocial behavior, which is just a nice way of saying criminals. If you go to www.fluoridealert.org, you can see some of those scientific studies and watch several 10-minute films there.
But the point is, there are the balances everywhere now. And we are like God. Remember, Genesis 5, verse 2, it says, and God called them, male and female, and called them Adam. Both Adam. You cannot have one side of Adam without having the other. And that is most important. I'm going to write an article on this. In fact, a whole book.